So I was gonna start off with my rant, but I think I'm gonna explain myself. Um, this is I'm gonna start vlogging about my feelings because I think it's necessary to release just what I have to say without opinion coming back to me or people feeling that they need to speak up. Um, so this is basically for my personal use. But now that's being said, and I've wrote out on my cell phone what to say since I get caught up with just talking. Um, I want to start off with that the most I've ever asked from anyone was to love me. Um, and then I realized that you can't ask that of people. That that has to be given upon free will because or else it's not love, it's not true. Um, so then I decided that the only thing that I will ask of someone is that they let me in, that they show me who they are and their true colors. And, I've realized that that is probably the hardest thing that anyone could do to let you in. And it's why I ask of it. Um, but that's because I care who I'm dealing with. I take time and to notice, like, to getting to know who you are and your needs and maybe how I can live up to that, how I can live up to you, to help you. And it's something I struggle with my relationships with people. Um, because I've come to find out that people just they don't know who you are. And not they don't know who not that they don't know who they are. I misphrased that. They don't know who they are. Self-reflection is something that teenagers, adults, little kids are not given enough time to do at the end of the day. It's not necessary or mandatory in society, and it's fucked up. It is so important to know your morals, to know your ethics, and not only to know that, to know of them, but why they're your morals and why they're your ethics. And to know what you stand behind, but to know why you stand behind it. And fortunately for myself, I was raised to be opinionated and to understand why I think the things that I think. And um, upon myself have, I've always done, asked myself why. You think this, why do you think this? Why do you feel this way? You feel it, but why? And I've sat there and I've made myself do it. Is it hard? Yeah, sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes you will never find an answer for things. And I think that that is probably why a lot of people don't like to do this self recognition. They don't like to A, either know the truth, or to B, to accept that there's not an answer. Sometimes when you, for example, lay your eyes on someone for the first time, you don't know why. You don't know why you love them at that very second. You don't know why you will love them at that very second. Um, so you'll sit and I'm crazy. If you've experienced this, by the way, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know what this girl is talking about. If you haven't, you'll think I'm crazy, but it happens sometimes with some people. And you'll ask yourself these things, and you will never come to get an answer. However, later in time, you sit there and you say, I know why. I know why I love them. I know why I've stuck around. I know why I push myself to do the things I do for this person in particular. But sometimes, it's not that question and there is no answer. And it is hard to understand that. It is hard to understand that sometimes there is no answer. And then you think, oh, there's an answer to everything, but there's not. Some things just happen because. But I want to stress that self-recognition is extremely important, and that you should take a half hour, an hour out of your day and reflect. Is it stressful? Yeah, sometimes it is, but sometimes it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to recognize something about yourself. I come across conclusions about myself every day, and I'm just like, a part of me is content. It's one thing I don't have to rack my brain, to what's going on. I don't have to sit there and think about it because I know now. But my current relationship, not it's personal, but not loved like a girlfriend or boyfriend. I'm really struggling. I've always really struggled to know her. I know her a lot. I'm very connected with her, but to get her to express and to explain is like pulling a tooth. And I think it's for many reasons. I think it's because it is out of fear. I think it's because of her past. I think it is because it's scary. I think it's because she doesn't know herself exactly. But this is why I stress that, take time to learn about you. Know who you are at the end of the day. If someone questions you about who you are, you don't go home questioning yourself. You say, I don't fucking need to, because you know. And that is all that matters. I will tell you that. It is all that matters. It will be all that will ever matter in your fucking life. I promise you. All you ever need to know is yourself, and be content with that, because there's you have to live with yourself at the end of the day. You have to go to sleep with yourself. You have to wake up and look at yourself in the mirror. You brush your teeth with yourself. You eat with yourself. You bathe with yourself. You shit with yourself. I mean, come on. You are the only person that needs to answer to yourself ever. And if you know these things already about yourself because of you taking time, you are set for the rest of your life. And I mean, there will be things that you come across of, but if you love and know yourself, I mean, you can't even fathom the idea now, but that's because you haven't taken the time to. But it's really all you need. It's really all that life asks of you. It's really all that you ask of yourself. But instead, we look for other people to do it. We look to other people to explain us and to love us and to get to know us instead of us doing it for ourselves. And it's really fucked up, because we wouldn't need to ask that of other people, and we wouldn't feel like we need it if we did it for ourselves. And yeah, it's nice to have someone sit there and know you and love you and help you discover things about yourself, but don't rely on that. Don't ever rely on that. And I don't say it because I'm negative, or I think poorly of people, or I've had things happen to me. It's because it's the truth. Some people will never understand you, get you, love you like you can love, get, and understand and care for yourself, because you are an individual. Someone does not make a part of you. you make a part of you.